Peace, y'all. It's my morning up. Cousin Nita checking in. Happy Monday. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope you are taking action on your goals, progressing, getting better, all of that. Making some money. What's up, Shakima, Christina, Tina? It was Shakima, Christina, Tina. What's up, y'all? Good eats. What's good? How y'all feeling this afternoon? Cause it was. I still remember that. What's good? How y'all feeling? Good, I hope. Listen, anybody that won some money from me yesterday, make sure you email admin at househunter216. If you won some money from me yesterday, you have to email me well, not me, because it's not me anymore. Admin at househunter216. So we can get your name added to the list. Once everybody is added, then I'll send the bread out. Oh, you got the home inspector. Okay, dope. I'm looking forward to that. The first one was a vibe, and I had a chance. I'm gonna make this one even better. I'm looking forward to that whole movement. That's actually what I wanted to talk about. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. My post today. Peace, cuz. What's up, Tasha? Or I'm sorry, not Tasha. Natasha. Natasha. Yesterday was great. You had fun. You like that? I had fun too. Listen, people always ask me like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? And it's like, I only teach and try to help in the way that I would want to be taught and helped. And I'm a hands-on, practical, like make it make sense for me, and then I can figure out how to do it, in a way that works for me. And so that's the way that I try to teach. I believe that learning in competitive environments with incentives is powerful. And at the end of the day, like I just want y'all to have the information. So, if it take $20 for you to like always know the difference between title and deed, then to me that's $20 well spent. And like I said, that's my money that I was gonna give to offer it back to God at the church, but they not open. So I'm just it was to give to the people anyway. So I'm glad y'all have fun. I got a little bit more money left, so we might do another one. But it's my first time. Oh, welcome, cuz. Thank you. I appreciate it. You'll like it here. Trust me. Uh, heavy on the information, heavy on the game, and no weird shit. I promise. That's actually though, cuz that who had mentioned the home inspector, and that's what I wanted to talk about. I had made a post today from a lady that this is the post. Hopefully you can kind of see it and get what I meant. But she's a lady. I don't know her personally, but I believe she was a writer in Cleveland, and she made such a great point. And while it is something that is like matter of fact for us as a community, because like we know it, it is profound because it is coming from a white woman who like made the statement very clearly, didn't sugarcoat it or anything, like just said it like for what it was. And this was the second part of what she said. You can go check it out. It's on my page. But I posted my caption was basically a message to black people in terms of like there's racism is rampant everywhere, and is rampant in real estate, and it's at every level. Agents, title companies, lenders, inspectors, appraisers. All of there's just an element of racism in all of them, and I know our white counterparts, they would beg to differ, but they don't know because they're not experiencing it. So it's like nothing that you can do about that. Like you can't stop people from being who they are and doing what they're gonna do. All you can do is just counter it, right? And the counter for us is simply to be intentional about owning property in our own communities. It's not hard. It's not anything super complex. It's not anything that takes a whole lot of work and effort and money and shit from us. It all it is a commitment to your own. Period, simple. And that should be an easy ask for all of us. The second part to what I was said was just kind of piggybacking off of that, is that everybody, there are some people, and I talked to a friend of mine a couple of weeks ago. She was like, Nita, like, I don't want to be a house hunter. Like, I don't want to have a bunch of houses like you have. I'm like, you don't have to. Like, you ain't never told, I ain't never told you to do, what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. All I said was, you need to own property. You've lived in this city your entire life. You've rented property in this one community that you love your whole entire life. You need to own some property there. Period. That's it. I didn't say it had to be a whole fleet of them or nothing, but I told her that two duplexes bringing you in an extra $2,000 a month for your family, like that's a huge deal for your family. An extra $2,000 passively, that's basically like 50% of what you're bringing home now actively. Like, that's a huge deal. And everybody doesn't have to be an investor. As I mentioned, there we need to be represented on every level in every aspect of this. From the if a black person wanted to, they should be able to deal with another black person all the way through their entire real estate transaction, from agent to lender to appraiser to inspector, to title company to insurance to security to rehab to property management to whatever the case may be. If they wanted to, they should have that option, and it's not like that because there's not enough of us in those fields. And I was convicted myself when I posted that this morning, because I know, I don't want to say I'm guilty, but I just have not done a lot of talking about the fact that I am a home inspector, and the fact that I am one of those people who represents us in that field. And so, forgive me for that. It was not intentional, but I did in May. I did a home inspector workshop, just teaching people the education and the training that you need to be a home inspector, the tools, just the process, just introducing this industry to us. Because for many of us, I know we've never even thought about, like, y'all, could have bought 2 or 3 homes and had to get an inspector, paid to have an inspector, but still never thought about being an inspector yourself. For my contractors and tradesmen and people like that, who are already kind of like in that field and have knowledge and experience dealing with homes and the components of homes and things like that, is leaving money, on the table. As a home inspector in Ohio, and I know we're one of the cheapest, one of the more inexpensive states, a home inspection is no less than $350 for 2 or 3 hours, of your time. And no, you don't have to have a ton of experience and, all of that kind of stuff. Obviously, if you do, it makes it, easier for you. But if not, you can learn it, because the beauty of home inspecting, and this is where people, they often get it twisted, right? People confuse home inspecting with rehab estimates. As a home inspector, it is not my job to identify fixes for the issues in your property, nor is it my job to associate a cost with any rehab or repair work. It is simply my job to observe and describe any defects that I see. So that means that all I have to be able to do is just point out if it is wrong. All I have to do is just observe and identify defects and report on them. Observe, identify, and report on the defects. That's it. I don't have to know what type of, plumbing you should use. All I gotta be to say is, according to the standards of practice, blah, 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 this is incorrect. Take a picture of it, boom, notate it, right? A contractor will come through and give you a solution for the defect, and then give you a price to go along with that solution. Those are different. So make sure you know the difference. A lot of people, again, they hire inspectors and are looking for them. It's really, like, it's unethical for an inspector to even get into, rehab costs, and all. There's supposed to be an objective third party, simply again identifying and reporting on, the defects that they find within a home and the components of that home. Okay, so all that to say, I want you to think about my young people. Order. This is such a great opportunity to be able to get in something and make it a career. And it's flexible. You make your own schedule. I could do 3 inspections a day if I wanted to, or I could do none. Like, I could, it's super flexible. You're your own boss. Unlimited earning potential. Just, I mean, it would be nothing to make 3 grand, an easy 3 grand, just by doing, maybe 1 or 2 inspections a week part time. If you worked your 9 to 5, and like, it's just the opportunity is crazy. And again, I just know that it's not an industry that we have typically been introduced to, and it's definitely not one that we've taken advantage of. And I think it's important. Is one of the ways that, again, we combat, one of the fronts of the battle against, the racism and the other BS that we sometimes encounter, even in our real estate transactions. And not to say that, just because you got a black inspector or whatever, like, you're not gonna know. But again, if a black person wanted the option, like, I should be able to find a black inspector, to do business with, if that's what I chose. I should be able to find a black woman appraiser if I just want to be, because that's what we moving to, right? We moving towards being intentional about doing business with each other. So if it's laid on my heart to, like, you know what, I want to work with an all female team on this project, from real estate agent to contractor to whatever. Like, I should be able to go and do business, and be able to find somebody who, is representing us in those different fields. I'm an insurance property adjuster. You have to climb a roof. No, that's another huge misconception, is you are not required to climb any roofs. You can if you want to, but it is not a required standard of practice. Honestly, what is happening now is these drones are taking over as the primary way to inspect roofs. What's happening is then I'll get into all of this. I'm doing another live workshop and I'll get into it really deep. But basically, what's happening is there's a changing of the guard in terms of typical. Right now, the average home inspector is a 50-year-old white man. And what's happening is this technology is phasing a lot of those older inspectors out. Inspections used to be done like with a pencil and a clipboard, and it used to be like, no pictures, and they like just check marks. You know what I mean? And now we have, again, drones. Now we're using drones to inspect roofs. So that's what's kind of happening. That's another reason why I want young people, black people, women, to get in on this industry. We need to be represented in this space. There's absolutely, room for us to get in, and you can literally make this a career. How would a drone gives you footage, aerial footage. Is a building inspector in Washington State up on my brother who's a broker by living county. So where would I look up this field to get started? Well, I got my friend that said, yeah, I know. Honestly, it's dangerous. Like, too many people fall off those roofs. If we could have a method to do it, and honestly, I mean, a drone is just as good as being up there. Like, those cameras are 4K cameras, from like, some of them go like 6 miles. From 6 miles away, you can shoot in 4K. Like, this, the drone, like, and people love that, again, because who are we marketing, like, who are you inspecting for? Typically, if you're in a traditional situation, it's a millennial buyer. If you have a digital report with aerial video footage and drone, like, come on, man. Like, like that, we love that kind of stuff. Like, so that's just where we're headed. Listen, I'm doing a live work. Like, I can't get into all of it on here, but I just wanted to put this on your consciousness and to let y'all know that I am going forward going to be more intentional about sharing this side of it. Like, y'all, I do a lot of stuff in this real estate shit, but I really, again, this is such a huge opportunity. Is my goal. I want to, so I'm doing this workshop, right? I'm gonna break it all down, explain everything, where you got to go, all of that kind of stuff. I'm not doing a course or nothing like that. So don't ask about that. It's just a workshop. It's going to be like 2 hours. I'm going to give you everything that you need, answer your questions. You'll be good to go. Like I said, I've already done this before. You can go check the reviews. So, it's like, fugazi shit. And then I set up a Facebook group so that while you're going through your education, because every state is different. That's why I can't answer it specifically. But I talk about how you can find out, the requirements for your state. So after the workshop, you're going to get into the Facebook group and kind of like just be among other people. I got some experienced inspectors. I got some builders. I got, a ton of different people that's going to be in there. And then other trainees who are working towards becoming home inspectors. The goal is to first, I'm obviously going to set the first one up, but a home inspecting company up here in Cleveland where I can just simply market and dispatch for inspectors. So the idea is that if you come, you get educated, you get the training, get the practice, you'll be able to be dispatched on jobs almost immediate on inspections almost immediately. And then from there, growing out and being able to, from my group of trainees, being able to dispatch those people out to the different investors that I know across the country. So that's like long term where I'm going with this. We're at the beginning stages of, again, like now is this is the perfect time. While everything is kind of like slow and quiet and people are getting rocked to sleep, this is a perfect time to grab something like this, a great, skill that can turn into a six figure very easily, a six figure career for you. And it don't matter about, your background and all of that kind of stuff. So what's good? Cause I was riding past the house and that's what was a drum. He was showing the buyer. Yeah, that's what we love. Like, come on, like everything is catered towards millennials. Like, can we not towards? I won't even say millennials, but towards like technology. Like, so that's just how it's going. Either you can get down or you can lay down. You know what I'm saying? Like whether or not, you go along with it, like that's just where it's going. So it's like, y'all, this is, I don't want to, I hate calling things easy, but it's a great opportunity. Y'all know I don't do a whole bunch of like pitching and selling and all that shit. I'm just telling you what I know. If you go back, if you've been following me, you saw me talking about studying. Like I'm studying for something, I'm taking tests, I'm working on something. This is what it was. I had told a couple of my friends, Paki, and that I was, gonna add this as a service because I saw a need for it. And so as always, I just want to share the opportunity. It's been a huge plus for me. Home inspectors were essential, so we were all, inspecting this whole time while properties were still being purchased. Inspections were still going on. So, I want us to be able to be represented. First of all, here in Cleveland, as always, and then across the country. I have the network. Thank God that, for the people, for the great people, the great real estate investors and professionals that I know, that we could have a home inspection company, in all of the major markets across the company, across the country, and like really like take that industry by storm. Stuff like that combined with us buying properties and supporting each other, like that's how you really start to corner the market. So somebody, if you want to go to the workshop, it's on my website, househunter216.com. It's the website. It's $100. So if you cheap, then don't bother. It's basically free. But I'm gonna do the webinar in a couple of, not even a webinar, the workshop in a couple of weeks. No, you don't. You recap, please, just on it. Oh, I'm talking about home inspecting. Hopefully, I'll expand to ATL so I can get in. Yeah, I actually went down when I was training. I flew down to Atlanta like 3 times. The guy that was training me and helping me, he was in Atlanta. And so I used to be crawling, going in crawl spaces. I'm like, we don't have these in Ohio. He like, still, you need to know it. So he was crawling up under the houses and stuff like that. So shout out to Georgia. I was in the last workshop and started my home inspection training. I signed up for the workshop. How did I get into the Facebook group? I'm going to send out an email, but that's what's up, cuz. You see what I'm saying? So he's proof. You were in the last workshop and already started your training. The Facebook group is gonna be super helpful for you to support you, like supplemental information as you continue your training. That's what's up. I love when people take action on the information and on the opportunities. That's super dope. Super, super dope. Super, super dope. You're very welcome for sharing. How can we get the home extension after we sign? I'm gonna send out an email, cuz. So in some states, like they require license, but not in all states. That's why I say it's like, it's hard to because literally each state is different. Some states that even if two states require licensure, the process could look different. Like so, it's very state specific. That's another reason why we want to do the Facebook group so you could connect with people who are in your state and talk specifically about it. Yeah, almost free at $100 facts. So any questions? Like, listen, I flew to like, if you've been following me, like you already know what type of time I be on, anyways. But now like if you follow me you seen a lot of stuff make sense. I flew out to Denver, Colorado last year for a home inspector convention, just again sharpening my tools and my skills and kind of like really just fine tuning and getting like I've been putting the work in behind the scenes, all that taking tests and all that shit, studying and all of that I was doing. It was all to be a home inspector, flying back and forth to Atlanta. Like y'all, some of y'all out here thinking like, oh, I thought it was gonna be free. She charging $100 when I was y'all don't even know that I flew back and forth to Atlanta 3 times, just to train with this gentleman. You know what I'm saying? So this is a crazy opportunity. If you really know, you know that like hell, I could charge $1,000. You can make $1,000 in a week home inspecting, but it ain't about that. It's really just again, I want to get the information out, and I want to be able to build a network. I want people ask me all the time now from different states, like, I need a home inspector in Florida. I need a home inspector here, and I don't have anybody to send them to, and that make me feel away. So that's really my goal. The old white men that are the majority in this industry are rude and mean and condescending, and it's time we need to that like we need to break up the majority. So we need more younger people, we need more black people, we need more women, in the industry. And it's super dope. Like, when are you ever like most traditional financing institutions require a home inspection before they will release their funds. So like you're gonna always have clients. I talk about in the workshop, I talk about how to network with realtors to get clients. Like, I mean, it's just y'all know how I do. So if you know, you know, and if you don't know, I ain't trying to I'm not trying to convince you. So go to the site. The workshop is gonna be live on the 23rd, Sunday, August 23rd, 7 o'clock. Again, it's gonna be about 2 hours. I'm gonna take about an hour 15, and then the last hour I'm gonna answer all the questions. Last time there was a lot of questions because everybody's again in a specific state. So by the time you get off of the workshop, you're gonna know exactly like Cuz said on there, like you're gonna know exactly how to go about your training, your education, exactly what you need for your state, all of that. You don't have to be in the Facebook group, but I would highly recommend doing that. This home inspection is good to do to build capital, to build some property. Absolutely. Okay, think about it like this. Where my calculator at? Okay, think about it like this, right? You could do about each inspection on average is just say 2, maybe 3 hours, depending upon the size and the scope of the home. Okay, so just say and the base is 350. Like there are all type of ancillary service, like all type of stuff I'll get into in the workshop that end up boosting the cost of the inspection. And if you bought houses, chime in. I'm not bullshitting. Okay, so let's just go with the base, and let's say on average every day, not even every day, let's just say three out of 7 days a week you did 3 home inspections. So that would be 350 times 3 would be $1,050 for one day. So if we take that time 3 days, that's $3,150 a week. Say if you did that not every week but 2 weeks, that's $6,300 straight to your pocket. Ain't went to nobody else. They pay before you even show up. I just changed my mind. The price just went up to 500. Fuck it. The price just went up. It ain't $100 no more. It's 500. You see what I'm saying? And that's three at your leisure. That's okay. Well, on Monday I had to work at my job from 12 to 5 or 12 to 6 or whatever. So on Mondays I start my inspections at 8 a.m. So if I got one from 8 to 10, okay, boom, I can schedule another one by 11:30. Like that's setting it up on your own. Or let's just say, your goal is to make $1,000 a day. Well, let's just say you added on some ancillary services. Your homeowner wanted to have mold, right? Like all these different things. And on one home inspection, you walked away with $500. Boom, you halfway to your goal, before you had your first cup of coffee. Like, stop playing with me. I only bring fire shit to the table. Y'all already know. At this point, if I say go cop it, pretty much so it's just go cop it and meet me at the damn webinar. I mean, at the workshop. Um, this home is you can make one day. Yeah, easy. Easy. Get the fuck out of here, bro. White women be trying it, especially when they see, oh, cuz, trust me, I know. But I live for a teaching moment. Cuz I love teachable moments. Okay, so basically, I'll see y'all on the 23rd. Shout out to everybody that's coming to the infield training in Atlanta. Today, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I kind of had like an epiphany. I was like, wow, like I really have some dope ass educational offerings. Like, it's a lot of offerings out here, but like I really like sometimes less is more, like I don't offer a lot of stuff, but the shit that I offer is like fire. So shout out to everybody that's gonna pull up on us in Atlanta for the infield training. We're gonna be inside of real properties, walking them, identifying rehab costs. I'm gonna be talking. I'm adding some stuff. Shout out to Nick. Nick done been to every training we had, so I gotta add something just for Nick. Some a little bit extra. So just talking about how you can market and just all of the raw ass game. I be kicking like and then the live cold calling lab. That's my favorite part of it all. Somebody was asking me if I was gonna use Cleveland leads. No, we're gonna use Atlanta leads. So we're gonna be calling homeowners right there from the ATL. That the infield training Atlanta edition is August 29th and 30th in Atlanta. And if you come in, like, go ahead and grab your ticket. Don't wait till the last minute because we are literally strapped for people. So we can only take we can't take any more Cousin Nita and Beyond.com. You can go to Cousin Nita and Beyond.com and see it. But it's like there's no more like at home, we can kind of play with the numbers a little bit. Like we can't. So if you plan on, I don't know how to get this picture off now. If you plan on coming, you want to go ahead and grab your ticket and lock in. Okay? So that's all I got for you. I just wanted to again, I apologize for not being more intentional about talking about this home inspection piece sooner, but say less. I'll see all of you at the workshop and then in the Facebook group, and we'll get it going. Okay? Y'all, peace. Be blessed.